Hello and welcome back. Our physical wounds may have healed, but the mental ones have not. The death of Eagle has been felt by all, and many are at a breaking point. But our journey is far from over. We will persevere as the growing threats attack our home and defend this place with our lives. But the trials we will face is much more than the outside threats. For the mounting insanity seeping its way into the minds of our beloved colonists could surely be the death of us. We're continuing the events that unfolded for the first 175 days, but don't worry if you haven't seen the first video. In a new technological age of industrial, with proper walls, housing, defenses, and medical facilities, expansion seems endless and the stars within our grasp, as long as we can keep our colonists under control and survive the mounting and unforgivable raids. With our new technology, we're going to need to make some space in the workshop for it, and that means stripping out the barracks and expanding our shelving. We're also going to need some more components, and luckily we had a passing trader come by and trade some for the joints we've been producing. We finished our research into fabrication too, which will allow us to make our own components from steel and went into precision rifling. It's also time to upgrade our wooden walls into marble to prevent fires. One of the guards from the traders got into a social fight with Leopard, and I think this is telling of what's to come. The bloodlust trait causes a 4 times chance to start a social fight, and, well, we all have bloodlust. One wrong move, one insulting spree, and we'll be at each other's throats. And here comes the machines again. A couple of pikemen, a scyther, and 2 militors. Luckily, our new killbox can handle it, and we survived with little injury. But these machines will be back, unlike my dad, so let's research precision rifling. And here comes the Guts Marauders, right on schedule. Stone Shatterer went on a sad wander right into the turret fire, but they couldn't even get close to us with all of our turrets. The bastards on the other side are burning our crops, so we kill them too. Leopard went down, but she's gonna be fine. Blight has come to our crops, and Verdant refuses to cut it fast enough before it spreads. I also went and built a little sacrifice room right next to the prison and the killbox for easy access, and to motivate the prisoners to join. Nothing like the screams of your friends to make you feel all pumped up to join your captors. And with a new electric drug lab, we can finally start producing flake and forget about selling the joints. We could also start producing real medicine here, but Breaking Bad is a hell of a lot cooler. Red went on an insulting spree and ended up picking a fight with Stone Shatterer. I thought it would be fine, but was proven wrong as Stone Shatterer responded with instantly killing Red. Another death, another mood debuff. Red was pretty much useless, fortunately, but this showcases just how easily things can spiral out of control. If another colonist gets sad about Red being gone and is still sad about Eagle and lash out, another colonist could be dead and it could just keep building up. Stone sleeps rather soundly
for a murderer.
We'll have to build a grave as soon as possible. Leopard seems especially hurt by this death, choosing to just stand there and do nothing. And also Sunset, who dug up Eagle's corpse and put it on the dining table. I couldn't tell if she wanted to eat her, or if she thought that she could Frankenstein her back to life. As you can see, after dealing with this pack of manhunting rats, the mental breaks are starting to pile up. And this could easily spiral into absolute insanity. Luckily, we got a psychic soothe. It seems the gods of this world heard our prayers. We'll use this psychic soothe to get some stuff done. I wanted to make some flak armor, but we're a little low on components. But do you want to know where we can find some flak armor and also get some good weapons? An ancient danger. So, let's open it up. A Tesseron, Lancer, and a Militor. Not ideal, but also not the worst I've seen. The only problem with the Tesseron is its sweeping energy beam to open up all the cryo-sleep caskets. Sunset also got caught on fire, but our melee combatants are working wonders on these machines. It's not long until all of them are dead. Oh, and this one guy who decided to fight, he's also been killed. A lot of the good armor was tainted from the owner being dead, but luckily the upside to Bloodlust is that they don't care about that. And we got a pretty good haul too. Bolt action rifles, flak armor, advanced components, and even submarine armor. While we had researched fabrication, we hadn't built the fabrication bench as our power grid couldn't handle it, so I built some solar panels to accommodate it. However, shortly after we had a defoliator ship crash nearby. I couldn't deal with it just yet as we'd just been in combat, so I upgraded the lab and built the fabrication bench that I was talking about before gathering up the crew to take out the ship a few days later. Scythers are no joke, but luckily we've gotten a lot better at combat and took them out without too much issue. What a strange dream. Anyways, if we want to get to space, we're going to need people. Both to replace the losses and fight against the insane raids we'll get. So I planned out a much larger prison. We'll keep the most promising, or the most unruly prisoner in the private room and the others in the barracks. But before we can complete that, we have another mech raid, and I finally noticed that the maze was missing a wall. Luckily though, the mech raid went pretty smoothly. We actually had more damage done to us by our turrets than the actual mechs. Later that night, a couple of vampires wanted to have a secret meeting in exchange for some Glitter World medicine. We needed that medicine for surgery, but that venometric power cell would have been nice. We're running a bit low on marble blocks, so I started strip mining the mountainside, and we found some components too, which is always needed. We could also use that new medicine that we got from the vampires for some new limbs for our colonists. Just prosthetics for now, but it'll help out immensely. Now we can deal with this mech raid in much better condition. 2 Lancers and 3 Scorchers. Things were looking pretty dire for our turrets, and while we're putting out the fires, one of them blew, but luckily everyone got out in time. No major injuries. Rare, but nice. We researched the long-range mineral scanner for later, and I let everyone rest and repair the base. I also sold the cows to free up time, as Red was our main handler. We had an enemy transport crash, so new prisoner, and we were attacked by some man-hunting cougars once again. Not too big of a deal. It was time to increase the efficiency of our base. We needed a larger freezer and a dining and rec room that were closer to our new bedrooms, as well as a larger workshop in the vicinity of the bedrooms. We could turn the old workshop into a selling storeroom or just general storeroom. And while we were doing this, our transport crash prisoner decided to join. Welcome to the team, Jaguar. She's good at handling, so it's a shame that we sold our cows. We also got a quest to help out someone named Iron Shatterer. She's being held in a camp not far from here, and I decided to send Sunset Verdant and that new recruit to go rescue her. Sunset cut through these Revians like a knife through butter. She got pretty cut up though by the last combatant. We freed the prisoner, not knowing that she was a nudist, but she was a good cook with a passion for mining, so we'll take her. 7 people now. And let's hope that we can keep that number, as we're about to get hit with a bunch of different raids. The first one being another defoliator ship that crashed down near us, though we'd want to wait for a caravan to return and rest before dealing with them. But unfortunately, while I was preparing to start attacking that ship, we got a raid from the Guts Marauders. These guys can't wait, so we got into our defensive positions. They rushed us in our turrets with their pointy sticks. They were pretty easy to put down. Though unfortunately, Stone Shatterer was hurt pretty bad, but nothing that some medicine and bed rest can't fix. We tended and captured one of them, and she looks just so happy in her private prison cell. With this raid, it looks like the defoliator ship will have to be delayed a tad, so in the meantime, let's sell some drugs for components and give everyone some rest. As is tradition, all newbies have to earn their place. So I thought a good test of Iron's metal would be to go and provoke the mechanoids, then run away. Luckily, the bait worked and we were able to get a couple of scythers to give chase. Which then we could send everyone out to the main ship to take out the pikemen. We took cover behind an ancient ruin and tried to get into position, but the pikemen followed us and started attacking. Though, seeing the advantage that we had, we rushed forward in the open field and quickly took them down. I let Jaguar and Iron shoot from the back while Sunset hit it with her chainsword, but that was poor planning on my part, as Sunset is now bleeding out. Oh well, or not really oh well, she almost died and she's our only researcher. Terrible planning on my part. And while we were tending everyone, that prisoner went berserk and broke her door, taking down an injured leopard. I even had to use a gun to stop the prisoner from getting into my medical facilities and beating everyone up. Now our prisoner is going to get a pretty nasty room until we can fix the door, though she didn't seem to like that room very much and went berserk again. Alligator obviously had enough of it and crushed her skull in with her mace. Oh well. We had enough time to finish a bit of our new kitchen area, but before we could expand the kill box, we had another raid. This one from the machines. We were rushed by a group of scythers and it was way too close for comfort. We luckily didn't have too many serious injuries thanks to our better armor and our melee combatants on the front line. But not too long after, we had another raid. The Guts Marauders again. Alligator had to sit out as she was in a terrible mood. Hopefully we could take them out without her. Luckily, due to the strategy of arriving in separate groups, we had little trouble with them and they couldn't even get close to us. We let another pregnant woman bleed out. I don't want whatever baby that is because it shouldn't be possible at all. We were able to fill out our kitchen a bit more and start planning some new furniture for the dining room and workshop before we had another mech raid. These ones were planning on breaching our walls and were attacking immediately. Everyone gathered and took positions near where the cacophony of blasts rattled the cave in front of us. Verdant set up a prayer to Scar, and as the gunshots started, those with melee weapons hid behind the entrance and ambushed the scyther that dared set foot within our walls. However, those walls quickly disappeared and they were vulnerable to enemy fire. Our back rank was hit with a massive blast. Broken and battered, Verdant had to retreat. It was do or die. We rushed forward into the enemy, taking shot after shot. We had to wrap this up before Verdant bled out, and that we did, plunging our blades into the mechs and emerging victorious. Thankfully, we were able to end the fight fast enough to get some medical care in a timely fashion, lick our wounds, and prepare for what was to come next. Thankfully, what came next was a period of respite. Moods were hard to manage though. Alligator has been in a poor mood for a while and went on a berserk rampage killing the local wildlife before being incapacitated by a timber wolf, and I guess that Stone took offense to Iron's constant nudity as she decided to kill her. Luckily, we arrested her before anything too bad happened. We had a transport pod crash, and what better way to improve Alligator's mood than by allowing her to kill the victim. With all the free time that we've had, we were also able to research marine armor, which is the best armor in the game without the royalty DLC. And Stone Shedper finally saw the error of her ways and decided to join back, only to almost immediately be hunted by a grizzly bear, though a deer will be much easier prey for this predator. I've been making some dye, so I started to use it to paint the dining room red, and we put in some beautiful rugs into our bedroom to improve some moods. We were able to improve our healthcare too, with some hospital beds and vital monitors. We had another mech raid, and just a year ago, this would have been a serious problem. But our time on this planet has hardened us and honed our skills, and we defeated them without incident. It was finally time to start looking upwards. We started researching Starflight basics. We finished up our workshop too and could free up our old space, and planned out new bedrooms to move everything into the southern part of the base. Things were coming together. We finished researching Starflight and started looking into the reactor. It seemed now that we had a sense of stability, Sunset was hell-bent on getting us out of here. We had a psychic ship land nearby, but nothing could dampen our spirits. We'd won, goddammit. We'd beaten these mechs before, and we'd send every last one of them to whatever digital hell they'd crawled out of. We tried bombing them with our mortar, but unfortunately Leopard missed every single shot. So on day 300, we decided to take the fight to them. Our joy and our success would not be taken from us from some kind of screeching mechanical fiend. Oh wait, this isn't going all that well for us. We have no cover and Verdant is already starting to bleed out. We'll lick our wounds and recover, slowly picking off their ranks. After all, overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer. We can wait. And with that, we've made it. Surviving social unrest, large raids from the machines and from other Revians, and emerged successful. We'll always remember the murder that Alligator committed and the trials we've had to overcome to make it to this point. Thank you all for watching. If you liked it, be sure to like the video and subscribe to see the next part of the series. And thank you so much for all the support on the last video. I've been dreaming of making a video that broke the 1,000 view mark for a while now, and thanks for making that a reality. It might not seem like much, but I hadn't even crossed the 50 view mark yet, so I was pretty damn excited seeing the views pour in and all the comments that were left. And yeah, chaotic out. Thank you guys.